You're listening to a Mash Those Buttons production. Visit us at mashthosebuttons.com.
Okay, so welcome to episode 1 of the SITREP Happy Hour, a brand new podcast dedicated to videos, games, movies, TV shows, music, and the other random happenings that occur in our minds. Brought to you not only by the Mash Those Buttons podcast network, but also brought to you by the very same guys that killed their previous podcast. Can we have some woos?
Don't know what you mean.
No. What podcast?
What podcast?
What are you talking about?
I can no longer confirm or deny that podcast or talk about that podcast. Anyway, my name's Mike, and I've been joined today by some lovely people. First up, we have, you might have heard of him before. If not, he is the king in the north. Welcome, Luke.
Hi.
And we also have joining us today, we have Roberts of Loxley.
Hello.
That's more of a question. Hello. Is anyone listening?
So I was trying to say it not like Cadell.
And finally, we have someone else join us. Basically, if there's a film you can think of, he's probably not seen it. It's Brad.
No, definitely not seen it. Hello. I'm such a big fan of SITREP Radio. I'm so glad to be on.
Shh, not supposed to mention that podcast.
What's SITREP Radio?
Oh, so I don't know.
It's
Sorry.
a podcast about a dead game, I think.
Were you never on that podcast?
No,
Wow.
never.
Is that a game you've not seen as well?
Apart from the one we tried to do in Germany with
he
one
was,
microphone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was probably about 2 hours long, talking about Gamescom. Far too long.
And then you couldn't hear any of us.
I think because Boris had a fan on his laptop at the time. Anyway, welcome to this new venture for us. If you've joined us for the first time, how would you explain it? Basically, we started a podcast about 3 years ago called SITREP Radio and covered a game called The Division and The Division 2, if you've not heard of it. And this is basically our new venture, kind of in the vein of the Patreon episode we kind of started doing, which was, I guess, a little bit rough to start with, but over the course of about 16 episodes, I think they got better, but, they weren't perfect. So this is going to take a few episodes, I think, for us to kind of find our feet. But the whole point of the this new format for us is, we will unfortunately not be covering The Division anymore. But it gives us, a bit more room to talk about other things that we kind of want to talk about freely and openly that we love. And it is the SITREP Happy Hour, so there will be drinking. And it is also an hour as per Luke's instructions. Because he is the keeper. He is the keeper of time, as well as the king in the north.
Wow, I've got 2 titles now. Shit, I've been promoted.
I'm trying to think of the freaking the watch from Harry Potter, and that's you, the time turner or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, Time Turner.
Luke wouldn't have
you've seen
any
those
idea
films,
what that is.
Yeah, I've seen those films. Yeah.
But yeah, it's you. I mean, any other input from you guys? Yeah, I know. Any more input from either of you guys, Luke and Rob? Obviously, we did SITREP Radio together, and on what you kind of want this to be. Do I have to say a name, or are we going to get called out for having awkward pauses already?
Standard, right?
I mean,
don't ask 2 people a question at the same time.
I mean, there is also that, yeah.
I mean, we got 3 now. It's going to get even more awkward. There's going to be that 30-second pause now.
You need to direct it at someone.
Okay.
Don't. No. Oh, damn it.
I mean,
what was the question? I wasn't listening.
Are you still playing Tarkov in the background?
No.
Well, we don't need to ask you what you've been up to this week, but basically, what your kind of thoughts on this podcast, this new venture for us going forward, and what you want to kind of talk about and things like that.
I just want to have fun. I don't want to be tied down to anything, and just enjoy it. Just have a chat with my mates and just record it and it to be funny for people to listen to. Hopefully,
it's quite interesting coming from a married guy. But
I was just going to say, you sound like a swinger with that first sentence.
What?
Just want to have fun, I don't want to be tied down, man.
Oh, Jesus. Turned into Austin Powers, oh no.
Yeah. But it is kind of interesting because...
you horny, baby.
Looking like that, fuck no.
Hey, this dude gave himself a haircut. Well done.
Yeah.
I don't know which one I prefer, though. I kind of like... Wolverine's brother, Rob. If you listen to that episode, then that's about it. But Luke, thoughts?
Got the question either.
No, I think you summed it up quite well, to be honest. Just talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about. You don't have to be tied down to talking about a game that by the end of SITREP Radio we're no longer playing, which made it really difficult to talk about it for over an hour a week.
I'm really sad.
Have we definitely decided that this is going to be bi-weekly rather than every week? Or
I think it's a case. I mean, it's up to you guys. See how we go. If there's a demand for it, or if we get into a flow. Yeah, anyone that would listen to the Division side of this podcast is unscripted already. No, honestly, like, it's a case of just to see how we go. It's going to take a few weeks to kind of find our footing and stuff like that. But yeah. Brad, I'm going to go over to you. I'm kind of interested having you on the podcast because I think it might push you to watch and play more stuff.
I hope so.
But I kind of feel like that's for all of us at the same time because, we're going to be talking about gaming news and stuff like that. So, and obviously movies, and we all love movies, TV and film anyway. It's just getting around to actually watching it and playing stuff. Like, we've spent 3 years playing the Division between myself, Luke, and Rob, and I feel like we always joked we always play a game about 2 years afterwards because we were constantly trying to keep up with the Division. So we don't have that now. You're now free to play whatever you want whenever you want.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, apart from obviously, I know you guys are playing Valorant, but I know what Rob's like. Rob's like, I'm going to play this game now to death. And then,
how many times did you play Valorant, Rob?
Twice.
Nice.
How many times did you play Crucible?
I haven't played it
yet. I remember seeing that message pop up in our group chat. It's like, we were going to play Crucible. No.
Yeah, but like it looked fun, and then all the streamers stopped playing it. So I was like, well, why have they stopped playing it? Is it boring? So I didn't play it. Plus Tarkov.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we're better go straight into kind of what we've been up to, what we've been playing in the last 2 months. Most recently, it would be Tarkov for us three. Luke, what have you been up to, dude?
Nothing apart from eating, drinking, sleeping, and playing Tarkov. Like literally nothing else. That makes it really easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Next,
we got an hour, dude.
No, I have watched a few films over lockdown and TV and stuff, but yeah, Tarkov has got a hold of me quite hard at the moment.
Yeah, because we were kind of going between Tarkov and Warzone. We kind of, like, basically towards the end of SITREP Radio, I hit into Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone really hard for 2 months, 6 to 8 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Rob was there as well. Back in the day. I mean, it was only 6 weeks ago, but back in the day, to the point that we enjoyed it so much, we both bought the game, but neither of us, I expect, have played the main campaign yet.
Yes, I played the main campaign, not all the way through, but I played some of it. It's good.
More or less than what you played of The Witcher.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Listen.
I think I looked. It was like 16 minutes or something.
Yeah.
We'll
I did the training, and then that was it. I got a refund.
But we all three of us kind of hit that pretty hard. We went in, we were playing Plunder and other stuff, and then I ended up playing that probably for the last 3 weeks on my own, because you guys have been getting ready to kind of jump back into Tarkov, because Tarkov has just had what, Luke?
A big old wipe.
For people that don't know what the hell you're on about, do you want to explain?
Basically, the developers of the game go so long into a period of play, and they just completely reset everybody's account all at once. So you go back to day one.
Because it's still in beta, and when they add features, they want you to replay the leveling system.
True.
Well, Rob, are you enjoying Tarkov? I mean, I know you've probably played it for about, 12 hours today? Because you messaged Luke before even he was ready. How many hours?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Jesus.
Okay, it is Friday. I'll bear in mind, me and Brad are doing 4-day weeks at the minute. Did you have to work today?
No, I had a day off.
From working from home?
No, I'm not working from home anymore.
Oh no, you're not. You're back at work. Sorry.
I technically should have been doing some work today.
You did. You took a couple of calls and sent some emails.
I did take a couple of work phone calls.
While we're in Scav queues.
And I sent one work email, yes. That is my productivity for the day. I really hope my boss doesn't listen to this podcast.
If you do, I would
don't
say
know who that guy was, boss. It wasn't Luke.
It wasn't me. I'm not the king in the north. I don't know what you're on about. It could have been me.
Would the king of the north have a boss? I mean,
his auntie. I've also played Minecraft Dungeons recently as well.
Oh, nice.
Have you? Wow, that kind of came out of nowhere. How is it?
It's really good fun. It's like Diablo Light. It's fun.
How long is the campaign on that? Because I've heard it's pretty short.
It's really like the missions are short. Well, no, they're not necessarily short, but there's not many of them. But like you can get to like level, you can just keep doing them and farm loot and get higher level and make different builds and stuff. It's good.
You've been playing that with your kids?
Yes. Yeah. My kids are slightly obsessed with Minecraft at the moment.
They've been slightly obsessed with Minecraft for a while, haven't they? Well, at least
Jackson has. He's kind of moved on to Fortnite now, which is a bit depressing.
It came back massively, though, didn't it? Last year and like this year, Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's just funny because I'm just half expecting you to just be like, I thought you were better than this when he's like playing Fortnite.
He's got like more victory royales than I have, so. But then I've never played it, so.
This could be standard, isn't it? Brad, obviously, welcome to the show. Even though we've been talking for like 10 minutes. What have you been playing?
Well, at the start of the lockdown, I started Assassin's Creed Odyssey because I hadn't played that one yet. So I played through that, but like quite a lot of hours into that, finished that.
How many hours?
90?
Really?
I think so. I thought that was quite good for like a single player game.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Yeah. After that, I gave Shadow of War a go, which I played for a little bit, and then I got bored of it because it was good, but to progress the story missions, you had to do the whole mind control a load of orcs and take over a fortress, and I couldn't be bothered.
Is it better or worse than the Batmobile missions in Arkham Knight?
Oh, better.
Just
those car missions ruin that game.
So you've been playing a game. I mean, I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. I was tempted to buy it on Switch, but I didn't. But you've been playing The Witcher on PC.
I have. It's really good. I don't know why I stopped playing it before.
Have you played it longer? I was going to say shorter or longer than
More
Rob
or less
played
than
it?
Rob. I think I'm like 10 or 12 hours in, maybe. Yeah, it's really, really good. Really fun. I feel like you could spend way too long doing side quests, so
Yeah, completely distracted.
that's one of those, like, you walk around and you could pick up like 3 quests in the middle of another, like, main quest.
Rob, for people that didn't listen to the Patreon, did they listen to the Patreon episode? Did we talk about it on the Patreon episode we had? I can't remember.
We probably just took the piss out of him for it, to be fair. Because, you know, that's what we do.
And you're about to do it again, I'm guessing, right?
I'm not going to take the piss out of you, but at least can you please let our listeners know what the recent story, well, I say recent, it was Christmas, wasn't it? What the recent story with you and The Witcher. Because obviously, The Witcher, the TV show came out, there was a load of hype over it, and I can't remember.
Steam put it on sale.
Yeah.
For 12 quid, so I bought it.
Game of the Year edition, mind, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't really care. And then, because I thought it would be like a quick game to play, like a story-driven game, and then I think Mike told me it was a 200-300 hour game. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I got a refund because at the time I was playing quite a lot of Destiny. That's a bit of a time sink, so yeah.
You were playing Destiny, were you?
I think so.
Was it that long ago? Wow.
Yeah.
Because that was just before you bought Tarkov. Because I know you took the refund and put it into Tarkov, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. See, I remember.
But then I bought Tarkov and then I didn't play it for like about a month because I was scared.
No, I remember you doing that.
I remember.
Yeah, I remember. He only started playing Tarkov when I bought it because we could all do it together.
But now look at you.
We're all following Rob, and Luke's been playing it for how long now?
I've got nearly 1,200 hours into Tarkov now.
Wow.
Holy shit!
I think that's
more than. Is that more or less than what you put into Division 2? I'm going to guess that it's
Division
less,
2.
but...
It's probably more. I had over
definitely.
3,000 into Division, the original.
Yeah.
God.
I hit about 750 hours today.
What, in
Tarkov
Tarkov?
Division 2 or?
Wow.
I thought you said 8.
Oh, no, yeah.
Rob and his time machine.
He's got that sweet time turner.
Is that a Harry Potter joke?
Sorry, are we not allowed to talk about Harry Potter on this podcast?
I was just clarifying it was a Harry Potter joke.
Because I know we're probably going to hit at least the world of Harry Potter at some point in the future, because we know how much Brad hates Fantastic Beasts.
2.
And also, yeah, 2. And Luke probably doesn't give a fuck either, so it's fine.
I give 0 fucks about the entire Harry Potter universe.
But also the biggest Twilight fan you've ever met in your entire life.
Yeah, Luke loves a sparkly vampire.
What?
the more glitter, the better.
They sparkle in the sun. Is that a thing? Mind making that up?
I don't know. Never seen them.
Really?
No, but I was just trying to make out you. It would be funny if you were the Twilight person on this podcast.
Who, Rob?
I have seen them. I have seen them all. They're terrible, but I've seen them all.
I just feel sorry for Patterson now, because obviously he's now
Batman.
the next Batman, and I don't know. You're not really on board with Patterson being Batman, are you, Luke?
I think he'll do a better job than Ben Affleck, but I mean that's like setting the bar quite low for him, isn't it?
Is he going to do better or worse than Clooney?
That's hard to compare though, because they were corny ass films back then, weren't they?
Will he do the Bale shouty voice when he's Batman?
Probably the drugs. All I can think of is that Batman sketch on YouTube that you can go check out, where it's like Batman's finest voice. Just the John Malkovich one gets me every time. We're into drugs. Yeah, I think he's going to be good. I do think he's going to be good, but I feel so sorry for him for having to do 4 films of Twilight. Fucking hell.
I'm sure he's not that sorry about it. I bet he made quite a few.
He's in Harry Potter as well. He's Cedric.
Oh, we've gone round.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that.
Wait, you only just found out the other day, didn't you, Rob?
What?
No, was it you or was it Brad? I can't remember.
No,
you found
it was
out
me.
John.
I'm trying to remember what was it.
John Favreau.
John Favreau was happy.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
He's in like a lot of the Marvel films.
Yeah. I was googling like films he'd done, and then I saw a picture of him. I was like, looks really familiar.
Have you seen Chef?
No.
You should watch that. It's a really good film.
This is going to be a lot.
I enjoyed Chef.
Yeah, just make sure you've got some food for afterwards because it'll make you hungry.
Or eat before.
I think Mike said the same thing.
Yeah.
You'll want to make a grilled cheese sandwich as soon as you finish watching the film.
Now, we might as well talk about it and get out the way. This show at this point in time, is not in any way, shape, or form affiliated nor sponsored with Netflix, but I'm sure we will be talking about Netflix a lot, and we've done it in the past. I was just literally going to jump straight into off the back of that.
Although a Netflix sponsor would be welcome.
Yeah, if anyone at Netflix wants to send us early copies of stuff like, I don't know, the next shit, I've forgotten the name.
Stranger Things.
No, what was the? I watched it before anyone as well, and I can't remember what the hell it's called. It's not Extraction. Extraction. Is that Extraction?
Oh yeah, the
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
How did you watch it before everyone?
He knows Chris Hemsworth.
I'm on that secret Netflix money. No, because I literally just watched it. Yeah, the dark. He literally did a film about the dark web, though, didn't he?
Who?
Chris Hemsworth.
Probably.
Oh, it's fine. Or am I thinking Black Hat, Blackfish? No, Blackfish is the SeaWorld thing, which is also on Netflix.
I feel like you're just
like I said.
I thought you were just saying.
Google it. You can Google it. He's. Well, I am saying words. Otherwise, that's.
No, I mean, like you were just. Is it this? No, it's that. No.
I'm just having a conversation with myself. It's
yeah.
Fine. Yeah. What were we talking about?
You were begging
Harry
for
Potter.
Netflix freebies.
No Harry Potter.
Oh, basically you can watch the Chef movie, but now John Favreau actually does the Chef show on Netflix, and there's like 2-3 seasons of it.
Really?
Yeah, he goes to
Cool,
loads of different. There's loads of different restaurants, and they go make grilled cheese sandwiches with like the best, I don't know, cheese Philly steak people in Philly and stuff like that. It's really cool.
No, that's gonna make me fat if I watch that.
Watch it at lunchtime with lunch. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna be hungry as fuck, I expect.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyway.
While we're speaking about Netflix, I watched a film that came out 6 years ago. The other day I watched Ex Machina.
Oh,
for the first time.
I just want to give you
for the first time.
Yep.
Wow.
That's how behind I am.
What did you think?
And it was really good.
Yeah.
I loved it.
What, in simple words, what would you say that?
Simple words.
How would you explain what that film is?
Guy talks to a robot.
The end.
Robot smart. The end.
Rob's just
no. He's doing the Turing test, didn't he, to see if the AI can pass as human.
Yeah, I think that film didn't that film come out before The Force Awakens was out.
Yeah, by like 2 years or a year.
I kind of want to watch that again now. I've seen Peter Rabbit.
Huh?
What?
It's the same guy, isn't it? The ginger guy.
Yeah, it is. And
one better take him serious.
But
what, the guy that did Ex Machina?
Yeah.
Is it Alex Garfield?
No. Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, you're talking about the actor?
Yeah, the guy that plays Hux in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Donald Gleason.
Donald Gleason, yeah.
The Donald?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But isn't he in Harry Potter as well?
He is.
Wow, this might as well be the fucking Harry Potter
How did you do that, dude? Well done.
See?
Isn't it easier to name actors that aren't in Harry Potter?
Wait,
Yeah,
who is
he's
he in
the-
Harry Potter?
He's the Weasley brother that tames dragons, right?
Oh, Charlie or Bill
Yeah.
or whatever his name is.
Bill.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe we've hit straight into fucking Harry Potter.
3 times.
Would you like to rename the podcast before we go too far?
SITREP's Harry Potter Hour.
SITREP Harry Potter fan club episode.
Today we find out who will be in what house.
And where to find them.
They're in the briefcase.
Robert, obviously you've been stuck at home for what, 10 to 12 weeks?
Yes.
Have you been watching anything else apart from Peter Rabbit?
There's not really. Oh, there's one thing I started watching on Amazon Prime.
How dare you?
Yeah. It was.
But if they want to sponsor us.
Wow.
And you might have seen it advertised. It's called Upload, and it's got the Arrow's little brother in it, and he basically dies, and it's set in the future where your consciousness gets put into like a virtual heaven, and it's funny. It's not taken seriously in any way. Like when he's about to die.
Spoilers.
Yeah, a little bit. He gets the choice whether he gets to try and get medical treatment, which could end in his death, or he gets put in the scanner, and the scanner basically takes his head off. It's a bit abrupt.
Wait, is that like a prequel to Westworld?
It's not really that. It's not really taken as serious. Yeah, I don't know. It's not a serious thing like Westworld. Like they take the piss out of the fact they're in a virtual world. Like they go and find a hack for this kid because he was uploaded when he was 12, but now he's like 18. They find a hack for him to make him a teenager, but they got the wrong hack, and he wakes up a teenage girl rather than a teenage boy anymore.
I mean, he might like that. You never know.
And they take the piss out of like the fact that it's sort of like a video game, and they're all in the same instance. So when there's too many people in the same place, you get like frame loss and FPS drop.
What?
Yeah, it's
Is it like?
it's
is
a
it
weird
done quite
take on
subtle,
death.
is it?
It's quite morbid, but it's funny.
You sold this
I
to me
think-
quite well when we were playing Tarkov the other week, and I haven't got around to starting it yet. But yeah, that is on my to-watch list.
Yeah, it's good.
Isn't it done by the creator of The Office as well?
I don't
Is
know.
it the creator, Greg Daniels or something like that?
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
that rings a bell.
Because I know they've just put out Space Force, haven't they?
I
apparently
mean
is
to watch that. I need to watch that.
Yeah, Greg Daniels is a producer on it, so
Yeah. It's just
From-
you would find it funny, Mike. It's dry sense of humor.
from what I've seen, it's much better than, unfortunately, the Netflix version, Space Force. But apparently that's quite like a dark comedy, so I don't know. I'll get around to watching that at some point. I've been watching Dark at the minute on the Netflix. I want to say the Netflix channel, but it's not the Netflix channel at all. And it's basically a German. It's a German TV show. Just trying to find like kind of a synopsis for it.
Haven't you watched it?
No, well, I've watched the first. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck you would explain it. It's basically. I think I tried to ask someone the other day. Have any of you seen The Killing?
No.
No one's seen The Killing. Rob, have you seen? Did you watch The Killing with Joel Kinnaman ages ago?
I've seen a couple of episodes. I didn't like. It's with that the ginger girl, right?
Yeah, the redhead.
Yeah.
No,
I watched a couple of episodes, but that was about it.
It's basically kind of like The Killing. Well, one kid goes missing in what 20? It's like 27. I think it's like 2018, something like that. and his dad's a policeman. But the funny thing is that, well, it's not obviously not funny, but the strange thing, and it would be a better thing to say, is his brother goes missing or went missing in 1986. And
it's a good year.
It's all kind of set up as there's a murder mystery. It's done in those drama police kind of TV shows, and where kids go missing, or and all the rest of it, and then there's time travel thrown in with it as well.
What?
Yeah. So if you can imagine something like The Killing, but with time travel. So there's people going through time, kidnapping kids for something, and it's set in the town of Winden or something like that. But it's really good. It's really, really good. It's up to you how you watch it, though, whether you watch it in German and have subtitles, or if you watch the dub version. But yeah, it's really, really cool.
How bad is the dubbing?
Would it make me laugh?
It would probably make you laugh.
Okay, I'm sold. Dubbing.
All right, so probably a better synopsis. Dark concerns the aftermath of a child's disappearance, which basically exposes secrets of and hidden connections among 4 families as they slowly unravel a sinister time travel conspiracy which spans 3 generations of people. And yeah, they basically explore the existential implications of time and its effects upon human nature. You need like a map of the family tree when you're watching this, because you're like, they don't call anyone by their name at all. So it's you just like, oh yeah, that's that person. And then that's older, I think. It's kind of like Game of Thrones family tree, if that makes sense. You're trying to like figure out who the fuck's related to what. But it's really good. It's definitely worth checking out. And there's a 3rd season dropping on the 27th of this year.
Sounds like you need to take notes.
Of this year?
27th of this year?
Yes. The 27th of this year. In June. Right. That's probably what I should say. Literally the day after I move. So, yeah. I need to get moved in and get my TV set up pretty quick.
Oh my God.
What? Honestly, it's really good. I just started the 2nd season, and it looks like the budget for 1st season's really good, but then the 2nd season really jumps. It's kind of like crime or murder mystery version of Stranger Things with time travel. Watch it. That's all I'll say. It's good. It's really, really good.
It's on my very long list of things to watch.
I think you'll like it, but
I'll get round to it in the year 2050.
Well, Amazon released another TV show called Tales from the Loop.
Pandemic.
Next time there's a pandemic.
God.
Let's hope there is no more in the future.
You were going to say something about a TV show, Mike?
Yeah, sorry. I started watching Tales from the Loop on Amazon, which is all these kind of like weird 45-minute episodes. They're all set in the same town, but that's all that kind of relates them, if that makes sense. And some events kind of cross over, but that's it. And it's like that, but better, and doesn't have music that will make you fall asleep. Because I feel like music in some TV series, if it's so slow and drawn out, we just, you sat there watching it, and I'm like, I'm going to sleep. But I watched season 1 of Dark last weekend. That's pretty much all I did.
What, in one sitting?
Yeah, there's 10 episodes, 1st season.
Okay.
Well, not in one sitting. No.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, just literally one weekend. Yeah.
Put it this way: if Rob had spent time watching Dark today, he would have got to episode 9, like tomorrow. Oh, look, he's on the wine. That happened out of nowhere. I didn't even see you pour that.
Yeah.
That's sneaky.
I'm a magician.
It was water.
Yeah. Oh, imagine if you could do that. It would be amazing.
Anything else that we've been up to or binging during lockdown?
I watched, I'm not allowed to say where I watched it because it's not Netflix, but I watched Hunters during lockdown, which is the Al Pacino TV series about Nazi hunters. which I really enjoyed, actually.
I've watched one episode, but I haven't gone back yet. I need to go back.
I can't remember his name, but it's got the actor in who played Percy Jackson.
Yeah, which I got really hyped. Me and Rob got really hyped about the other month because they're redoing it for Disney, aren't they? Disney have got the rights to the Percy Jackson.
Oh, right,
TV
okay.
series.
I didn't realize he was the same actor who plays the young machine gunner in Fury. You know, the Brad Pitt tank movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't realize it was him. He looks completely different in Fury.
I like the fact Brad sat there smiling.
He's also in a...
I've definitely seen that film.
Have you?
He's also in a Musketeer film with really bad fake hair.
Yeah.
What,
Who, me?
No. No, Percy Jackson did. I can't remember what it's called, but he's in like a...
Logan Lerman.
That's him. Thank you. We really need to start learning some actor and actresses' names because that ginger kid in that film that we've all seen. But no, I did enjoy that. That's 10 episodes. It gets a little bit silly in places, like a little hard to believe, even though they're chasing, really old Nazis in America.
In America. I mean, I'm not going to say anything, but it's not that difficult to believe at the minute, is it?
Well, yeah, I'll shy away from that subject.
Yeah.
Why?
That was enjoyable. And then something actually on Netflix, but it was co-produced with ESPN, was The Last Dance, which I know the three of you will not watch because it's all sport-based, but it was that's the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls docu-series.
So what actually is that? Like, sell it to me. What is it?
It's basically the timeline of Michael Jordan's basketball career, but it floats all over his timeline because the Last Dance, the title, is the name that the Chicago Bulls coach gave to the final season of that particular dynasty of the Chicago Bulls, where you got all the really good players and they were just dominating the NBA.
I'm glad you answered that because that was going to be my first question because it's a really stupid name for a program.
It is a daft name for a sports program, but it explains it very quickly why it's called The Last Dance because the whole point of the show was to focus on the happenings of that season, but then they turned it into a Michael Jordan timeline as well, so it floats backwards and forwards. So they'll show you a couple of like highlight reels and stats and whatever from the final season, and then they'll go back to, and this was Michael Jordan when he was 12 years old learning to play basketball, and actually his brother was the better basketball player, etc., etc. And then they'll show you a bit more in the next episode, and they go, yeah, and this is how Dennis Rodman joined the Chicago Bulls a couple of years earlier. And so it floats around the timeline like that, and every episode focuses on a different player in that franchise that played with Michael Jordan, whether or not they liked Michael Jordan or not, because apparently he was quite difficult as a teammate, but he literally dragged you by the coattails to get better.
Yeah.
So, he just demanded perfection from everybody, and if he didn't get it, he pretty much forced you out of the team. So,
Which episode had Bugs Bunny in?
They did mention Space Jam in one of the episodes, yes. But they cover his whole timeline. So they covered the bit where he quit basketball and went to play baseball. And then during the season, during the baseball lockout where the players all went on strike, that's when they started filming Space Jam and then went back to basketball.
How many episodes is it?
10, I think. It is 10. Yes, it is. Because for once, Netflix didn't release it all at once. They were putting them out 2 episodes at a time on a Monday. So I started watching it like halfway through, but I think that was probably something to do with ESPN as well.
Yeah, they were probably releasing it at like the same time at the other end. Yeah,
I think it was hugely popular in America. Like people that we've obviously used to play the division with, like Spider, for example, he was all over it. I've seen a lot of his updates on Facebook recently that he really enjoyed it. So
no, it's definitely something I want to check out.
Liar.
No, I started watching the first episode, and then I had to start one of my kids, and I didn't get back to it.
But everybody of our age group knows who Michael Jordan is and was, right? Because he was literally the most famous person on the planet when he was slightly before Space Jam, wasn't he? So
I think you mistook me for someone who doesn't like sport for some reasons.
I'm too used to talking to these two idiots, dude. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, I like basketball. I don't follow the sport closely, but I do like basketball.
Yeah, you like basketball.
I remember enjoying playing NBA Jam on the SNES like 20 years ago.
Is that how you used to play sports, Rob?
Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
got really good at FIFA 98 as well.
Everybody
That
loved
was,
FIFA
that was
98.
a good one.
I can't
That was the
imagine.
best one.
I can't imagine you playing FIFA, Rob.
I think you're one of the only people on the planet who didn't play FIFA 98, Mike.
Probably, yeah.
FIFA 98 was the shit.
But
It was so good.
Yeah, I didn't have my own PlayStation until I was like 14, 15. So
It was the Road to World Cup version. That was the
Yep.
shit.
The one with the really good soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that on
Blur.
PlayStation?
Song 2.
Yeah, Blur. Yeah.
What did you say, Mike?
Was it even on PlayStation? I can't remember.
Yes. Yeah.
It was.
PS1.
Yeah, I thought it was on PS1. I got a PS1 Slim, so at the time I was probably playing the fuck out of Tony Hawk's.
We're just getting a remaster.
I was just going to say, you're getting the remaster.
Hell yeah.
I'm not getting the special edition though. I was pretty tempted for this.
I remember you saying you were hanging your nose over that.
Well, what comes with
Rob,
a special edition?
You get a birdhouse skateboard.
Really?
Yes.
How much is it?
Yeah, how much is it? This is gonna be
It's like 80 quid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's 80 quid and you get a skateboard. A birdhouse skateboard now is probably, 40, 50 quid anyway, or 60 quid. So it's not actually that bad of a
Is it
deal.
just a deck, or is it
Yes,
the whole
it's
board?
just a deck. No, it's
just
just
a
a deck.
deck,
There's
but-
no casters or anything in it. But I mean, to be fair, it looks cool. And for 80 quid, it's not terrible because
Something you hang on the
How-
wall rather than...
how much were the Division 2
Skate with.
special editions with a statue? They were like 150 quid or something ridiculous, weren't they? So
And you haven't got to pay for a season pass, so...
that you know of.
Wow, they're going to add this skin skater in...
Is it made by EA?
No,
Yeah, it's Activision. And
it's worse. It's Activision, isn't it? Is it worse? I don't know if it is worse now. I don't know which ones.
Did they make the originals though, Activision?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they did
yeah, it was
they did a
Activision.
really fucking good job with the originals.
They
so-
published it. They did. It wasn't...
Do you not remember the little animation at the start with the worm and then the spear came through it?
Through the eye.
It was never...
Yeah,
no,
it
it
was
wasn't
an eye, not a
worm.
worm. Yeah,
It was
an
never,
eye.
never soft, right?
Neversoft, yeah.
Yeah, never soft than Activision.
Right, okay.
Did
No, I
you
can't
never
remember
play
stuff
it,
like that.
Luke?
Yeah, I played it. I just can't remember that opening sequence. I played the shit out of Tony Hawk's 1, dude. I was one of those children that didn't pay full price for PlayStation games.
Oh, one of those naughty children.
One of those naughty children, yeah. So I played the shit out of a lot of PlayStation games.
I blame the parents.
I had
Hey.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 on my PC. It was awesome.
Snob.
And I had a,
So
I had a controller that you plugged into the PC. Yeah, I feel a little bit ashamed about that now, but it had 6
It
buttons.
is kind of ironic, though.
You know how most buttons have like the 4 buttons? It had 6, which was great for like playing
Hacker.
FIFA.
They have the turbo button as well. Turbo
Yeah,
or boost
probably.
button.
It was a really good controller, I remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I saw the footage that they've put out of that Tony Hawk's game. It's fucking insane. Like when they show the PS1 footage, and you're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I used to play that." And I know people have probably had that most recently with Brad. What's the latest Final Fantasy that they've just re-released?
Seven.
Seven,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and then you probably go back to that and be like, "Oh my god!" But then people still play 7. Like they've just didn't they release it on Switch? I think they released it on Switch. I can't remember.
I'm sure.
They've released it on everything, haven't they, so far? Yeah. Sorry, these boys don't like Switch.
What was I going to say?
Tony Hawk's.
Tony Hawk's.
Switch. Final Fantasy.
Yeah, no, I've gone blank. I've gone blank.
Did you say Blomcom blank?
I was going to say something, but I completely forgot what I was going to say. So move on.
Well,
It'll come to me in a
I'll
second.
go. I have not watched any TV since lockdown. So there we go.
What have we been doing?
How have you not watched any TV during lockdown?
Hey, look at that tan, dude.
No, I've rewatched a
Good
load of Family Guy instead of watching stuff that I need to watch, basically. Apart from watching Ex Machina, like I said, I watched the newest Bad Boys.
What's your favourite episode of Family Guy?
I like the way you give that. He's like, "What's
I like the multiverse one.
Have you seen that, Rob?
Probably not.
The thing is, like, I only ever used to watch Family Guy on BBC Three, and was it BBC Three? And they always seem to show. It's kind of like The Simpsons. They show like the same thing.
What's the episode where he beats up a chicken?
Yeah,
for like 20 minutes.
The whole episode.
Yeah,
best answer ever. What's the episode where he beats up a chicken?
They do it like 2 or 3 more times. There's one where they break Stewie's time machine and time starts running backwards, so the whole fight's backwards. It's pretty good.
Oh wow, I need to see that.
Yeah. Before lockdown, I started watching Preacher season 4.
Oh, I need to catch up.
I haven't finished that yet.
Which season was that? Or did you?
4.
Oh right, okay. Have you finished it yet?
No, I think we're about halfway through.
I basically so my boss at work was rewatching The Boys. I know I was talking about it with him with Brad, and he was rewatching it, and I said you need to watch Preacher, and I spoke to him Wednesday or Thursday. This was a week or so ago.
Have you seen him all, Mike?
Preacher,
yeah,
or The Boys.
Preacher.
Is it the 3rd season where they go to his grandma's
house? You stopped on season 3, I think.
Yeah, I'm about halfway through season 3.
The last episode I remember seeing is where the guy with the butthole face and Hitler gets out of hell.
Luke's face right now, dude.
I think that was in season 3.
Yeah,
but
I used to work. Sorry, Mike. I used to watch them on lunchtime at work because you used to better watch Amazon Prime at work, but you can't anymore. So I
blame Rob.
I stopped watching it.
I blame Rob.
Yeah, it's good. I just need to get back to it.
Yeah, it is a really good series.
But Bonnie from work, I asked him the other day. He's like, I'm on season 2. I was like, holy shit! Like he finished like the first season so fucking quick. He said it's pretty good. I can't deny that. I was like,
the first season's really good because it kind of like it doesn't explain anything, and it just like keeps you on the.
Does someone want to explain to Luke what, Brad, since you've seen the most out of all of us, what is Preacher?
So it's based on a comic, and it's a priest who gets the voice of God, and he can basically tell people to do whatever the fuck he wants,
including go fuck yourself.
Like, it's quite weird. Like, there's a guy that's got, like Rob said, like a butthole face for some reason, and
he shot himself in the shock with a face.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah,
shot himself with the shock.
And then he loses it. Like, there's this company trying to harvest the power of it for themselves, and
Preacher tells him to go to hell when he meets Hitler.
yeah. He tells Butthole Face to go to hell, and he actually goes to hell and he befriends Hitler, and then they escape, and then
Hitler betrays him.
Hitler ends up owning a shop or something.
I like the way you were shocked Hitler betrays him. But it's just like the first few episodes are really good. I just like where he's like figuring out that he's got the voice of God, and he's just like, "Go fuck yourself" to some guy, and or he doesn't. I can't. What does he do to that one guy that's been doing? He was doing something for days. He was like, "Go stand outside." He was like outside his house for like a week or something. I can't remember what happened in the first series, but it's
he uses it for like little things, and then he realizes what power he's got, and he goes a bit nuts.
I think in season 3 he tells the like main bad guy to
and then
like shove a whole like fucking tape up his ass or something. I don't know. It's something really long.
The episodes like, with the descendant of Jesus in it as well. It's so messed up.
What is that the set?
He's like a brain dead.
Yeah. Because they've just like interbred them, haven't interbred him to like,
they just keep interbreeding him just to keep the bloodline pure, but he's like seriously fucked.
Yeah. Is Preacher the show, Mike, that you were saying to me the other day had got the actor in it from Brassic as well, Joe Gilgan?
Yes.
Right,
yes,
right.
He plays an Irish vampire.
He plays an Irishman, but like I thought he was Irish because of the show, but no, he's putting on an accent because Luke was like, The fuck you
He's
on
English,
about?
isn't he?
Yeah, he was in Misfits as well.
Yeah.
That was a
He's
great
in
TV show.
the This Is England franchise as well.
Yes. Wasn't he in
He's
Shameless as
fucking
well?
funny.
Is that right?
I don't know about Shameless. He's in Brassic, which is basically Sky One's version of Shameless.
Okay.
Maybe that's where you get it from.
Yeah, probably.
That's a fun show, actually. I watched that during lockdown as well. They brought the second season of that out, but that was on Sky One Demand, and they just do what a Netflix do and just dropped it all at once. So I was like watching 3 episodes a night.
Are they quite long episodes or short?
No, they're about 40 minutes, I think, by the time you take the adverts out. 'Cause like I say, Sky One. So
Because like certain stuff you can completely binge. Like
yeah,
I binged what I'm not going to talk about it today, but I binged What We Do in the Shadows in like fucking 2 days. That's like 25 minutes an episode for 10 episodes.
That's
It's
on
like,
my
it's
list of
nothing.
things to watch as well.
Well, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. But
Yeah, I want to watch it.
just fucking me shouting "bat" for no reason through the fucking whole series.
Yeah, some you can. Like I binged the first season of Stranger Things and Westworld in like 2 days for both.
Did you?
Yeah, like 2 days for each show, not like 2 days for both.
What?
Was Westworld during the lockdown, or was that?
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
watched it yet. Mike has.
Yeah, we can't
was
really
that
talk about
pre-lockdown?
that
Why?
because Brad hasn't finished season 3 of Westworld yet. He hasn't started season 3 of Westworld.
No,
yet.
I'll binge it. Over
you know what we
a couple of
didn't
days or
do
something.
during the start of this podcast was give any form of spoiler warning at all. I know we've been quite careful thus far, but shit's going to get dropped that people are going to be
Well,
like,
no, I
"Oh,
said that
can't
to
watch
Rob.
that now."
I said that to Rob. Rob was on about something, and he was like, upload, wasn't it? When Rob was talking about upload, he's like, oh, the dude dies. But it's fine. I'm going to
It's
say,
the premise of the whole.
That's kind of
fucking
that's
Yeah.
kind of
show.
the point. Even I get that one.
if it's in the trailer, then it's fine to talk about, isn't it?
And the preacher stuff isn't spoilers.
No.
Yeah, it's
Really.
old.
No, I didn't necessarily mean what we'd spoken about, but we didn't even give a warning
like
at the
the
start, did we?
future
Yeah,
stuff.
because
Yeah.
like now you're
No,
talking
it-
about Westworld and you can't talk about it because one of the three of you hasn't caught up yet. It's like, well, what about people listening? Actually, now you've mentioned it.
I guess when we have like topics we're going to talk about, we can like set up top. I guess.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
going to have to be like spoiler topics and stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely recommend The Boys and Preacher. I don't know which one's better.
I haven't watched The Boys yet.
I wasn't that sold on The Boys, I'll be honest. I mean, I watched it and I got through it and I enjoyed parts of it, but you and Rob were going on about how amazing it was, and I was just like,
It's not really your sense
Really?
of humor, though. I don't think.
I think
some of it was funny, but
yeah. I don't know. I've got quite a weird ass sense of humor, so. But then the more I talk to you guys aren't that far off anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like Luke, I know you like Paradise PD, and I know Brad
Yeah.
hasn't seen it yet.
oh,
and we've got
Brad,
to talk
come
about that in
on.
the future. But it's
Yeah, I know.
like I know you think that the second season of Paradise PD doesn't hold up to the first one or as much, but I gotta be honest, I think some of the stuff that they do in that second season is above and beyond.
Yeah, some of it. I just don't think it's as.
But you've seen it.
Yeah, I don't think it's as like in the first series. It seems to be good joke after good joke after good joke after good joke. In the second series, it's like right, we'll really push the envelope for a couple of jokes, and then the rest of it's just a cartoon show like any other cartoon show.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is that they set a lot of stuff off and then there's a payoff at the end. Do you know what I mean? There's always a payoff, and they do that quite often, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I really like that. It's like, oh shit, like, you know, from like the beginning of the show or some shit. But yeah.
If you haven't seen Paradise PD, then Brad, have you seen any of Big Mouth?
I've watched the first episode, I think.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I know. I will get to it.
I'm gonna say Big Mouth is here, and I think Paradise PD's up here for like sense of craziness. I thought like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you think of Paradise PD, Rob, but you haven't finished second season.
It's
have
not
you?
my cup of tea.
No,
No.
I think I just like shock humor. I don't know. It's definitely in that vein, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you're not wrong with regards to spoilers. We're gonna have to be very, very careful. Brad, I know you've just said that you've seen a film that none of us have seen. That is going to be, I mean,
Go
not
on.
only is this
Ruin
the
it
first
for us. Go on.
episode,
First
dare.
ever.
did you at least enjoy it, dude?
Yeah, it was good. I think if you like the other two, you will like this one.
Yeah.
Like, they're both still really good in it. There's some funny bits. The action was pretty solid, I think, in general. The last action scene, I think I said to you, it has some really cool camera work.
But then you said apparently there's some really bad CGI.
There's one bit of, it's real dodgy. I probably shouldn't say because it's quite new. I don't know, can I?
Is it a spoiler to the film?
No.
Yeah, I don't care. Go.
Rob doesn't
So
care.
basically, they're in like this palace where the last action sequence is going on.
Oh, geez, spoilers, Brad.
I know. Right? They're in this secret.
Yeah.
They're in a farm, and
Is
Will
Hawkeye
Smith
there?
isn't even there. Yeah. So basically, there's this big guy, and there's I don't know why. Like, no one can see me doing my hands.
I can.
There's a
Keep
bad
going.
guy like up on the like next level up on like a walkway, and there's a pillar holding it up, like that's crumbling a bit, and he basically rugby tackles the pillar and it falls down. It's real bad.
Is it? Oh fuck!
But like all the gun stuff's really good
Who
and
rugby
the
tackles the
fighting.
pillar? Martin Lawrence or Will Smith?
Oh no, it's one of the new dudes.
Oh, okay.
So
There's like a new team.
Oh no, they're going to do a spin-off movies.
it's the Fast and Furious of bad boy movies.
I hope. I hope not.
you sound so pained then.
Yeah,
Right.
they were all okay, but
It took them 17 years to make the third one from the second one. I don't think it would be a Fast and Furious type franchise. They knock them fuckers out every 2 years, don't
although there was a lot of family.
they?
It's gonna be the Bad Boys freaking Fast and the Furious crossover for the final film. God, I don't think I've seen 6 or I don't think I've seen 6 or 7 for.
I think
Fast and
I've seen
Furious.
1 or 2.
I've seen all of
That's
them.
it.
Right. Anyway, before we leave, as we've got a couple of minutes left, as this is the Happy Hour podcast, it is an hour. I'm being flagged by my co-host here, Luke, that we only have a few minutes left. Are there any things we're looking forward to in the next coming weeks? I will just state now that the podcast is being recorded on the 5th of June, and I know it's not going out for a few weeks, but yeah. Is there anything you guys are looking forward to that's coming
Last
up?
of Us 2.
The Last of Us
me.
2.
When does
Yeah,
that
for
when
me.
does that come out?
18th or 19th, I think,
Right, okay.
of June. No, sorry, 19th of this year.
19th of this year. Yep. I like it.
I'm actually looking forward to starting that upload thing when I get a chance to do it, because Rob really sold it to me the other week. So
Yeah, I think he did a better job of selling that than I did of Dark. Though I will say, if you like sci-fi, check it out. Rob?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or if not,
Why?
any recommendations?
For what?
Anything.
Anything. Tarkov. It's a really good game.
Seconded.
Can if they came out with a Vane edition, one you could literally plug into your body, would you buy it?
No. That's where the alcohol goes in, dude.
It's
Sorry.
already part of his soul.
I wouldn't know. That's it. That's it, I guess, for this week's podcast. This has been the SITREP Happy Hour. Luke, are you going to say goodbye on this show?
No, we're going
I
to say
was
cheers, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's not.
That makes sense. I mean, my glass is empty, but
Yeah, and me.
Joke's on you fools.
Or can.
Should have brought more alcohol.
I've got more in the fridge. I just didn't want to be rude and leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the first episode. A bit shaky, I guess, but we'll find our feet in the next few episodes, I'm sure. If you want to send us any questions or feedback, send them over to
Oh, no, dude.
SITREPRadiopod@gmail.com.
yeah, it'll be sitrepradio@gmail.com. I will probably change the Twitters and stuff like that to reflect the new show.
But
But
bearing
you
in
can
mind, I reckon a lot of people that listen to SITREP Radio will listen to this. Not everybody, I grant you,
No,
but a few people. Should we get Brad to tell us where to find him on the socials? Because most people will probably already know where we are, but not Brad.
I mean, I'm not on any Twitter or anything, so.
He's
Maybe
an
you need to
enigma.
Yeah.
maybe you need to change that. I was going to say something else, but I couldn't remember how to say it, so I didn't.
Well, Porky Pig, do you want to sign us off for today?
No. Hell no. Piss off, Mike.
I'll give you 10 out of 10 for that. What film was that from?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, they both answered.
I feel like
I just assumed he was challenging me, so
I was just challenging anyone that was going to answer. I'm quite interested. I want to try and get a couple of quizzes going and stuff like that. I think that'd be quite good. Not like Robert's Saturday night pub quiz that you've been doing with your family, but stuff like about stuff that we like. So I hope you know your Arnold stuff.
Oh, we got to revise for next time.
You've got to revise. Brad's got to revise because you guys have probably seen half his freaking films.
I've
seen a few.
I'd love to know next week how many Schwarzenegger films Brad has not seen.
Has not seen?
Yeah, I bet the amount of Schwarzenegger films that I have not seen is in single figures.
I don't know. He's seen one that I haven't seen, so
yeah. But the difference is, if you're going to quiz us on films that I haven't seen for like 20 years, I'm going to have to go and rewatch them all.
You don't have to rewatch that.
I think you should just make up quotes in your best Arnold voice.
No.
Well,
Rob can do that.
No, I can't.
You can't. You do one of the best South African / Australian accents that I know.
I know I do.
We just need to
could we have a Welsh Arnold Schwarzenegger? He'd be good at that.
This is also true. I'm not a monkey. I'm not going to dance for you.
All I'm thinking now is Obi-Wan Kenobi going, "Hello there," but in a Welsh accent. Can you do that at least?
No.
Come on, monkey, perform.
Right, that's it. Anyway, cheers, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you.
Cheers.
In the next episode. Bye.
Thanks for listening to a Mash Those Buttons production. If you enjoyed the show, you should check out mashthosebuttons.com and see if any of our other shows might interest you. All of our shows are available on your podcast platform of choice like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and more. If you enjoy our content, you can help support Mash Those Buttons by becoming a patron at patreon.com/mashthosebuttons, where you can receive Patreon bonuses for as little as $1 a month. You can connect with Mash Those Buttons at twitter.com/The Mash Network, facebook.com/Mash Those Buttons, or join our Discord at mash.gg/Discord.